Hey guys, I was driving the Subaru around the other day, and coming on boost, I started getting some real bad hesitation, and it really felt like a vacuum leak. So I came back to the garage, put a leak down test on it, come to find out my turbo inlet, from all the times I've put it on and off, the silicone has finally kind of given way, and now I'm getting unmetered air under boost. Under idle, it actually kind of heals itself in a way, but the second I come on boost and it starts sucking in the pressure on the intake, it just opens it right up, and car doesn't like it. All right, well, here's the new part, and I want to put out a quick shout out to my buddy Darren Haar at Route 69 Racing, local shop here in Vegas. He is actually who I buy all my performance parts through. Good guy, knows his Subarus, and he always hooks me up with good stuff. And here is the new Perrin turbo inlet. We got a hose. I'm assuming that's for like the top mount, the crossbar. What do we got? Clamps and a whole bunch of vacuum fittings. I don't know if I'll use all those or not because I have some major modifications. And here is my brand new turbo inlet. Nicely wrapped. I like Perrin stuff. I bought a lot of their stuff before. And since I have a stock 2.4 inch inlet turbo, that's what I got. And I'll point out on this exactly where it ripped. It's right along here. It's just separated out. And the turbo sits right here, and it's sucking in air, and it just pops in, and the car doesn't like it. All right, first thing we're gonna take off is my cold air intake. When I first found out that my inlet was torn, I actually wanted to get a, I think it was AMR. They had a hard pipe, and I thought, well, that will solve that problem. And so I started talking to some people who have installed them before. And I was not opposed to taking off the intake manifold at all, you know, to do the job. But they had mentioned that there's a lot of custom work involved. So there would be like shaving ears off the intake manifold and like shaving parts of the block. And even then it doesn't fit really good. After a few recommendations, I decided to go against the hard pipe and get the Perrin one. So the beauty of that is I won't have to actually take off the intake manifold. There's just going to be some squeezing and some manipulating to get it in. All right, get this intake off. Actually, I'd like to say something about this intake here. I bought this a little while ago, and it's the KS Tech intake, cold air intake for the Bug Eyes. Fantastic. It fits great, does a good job. I get tons of air, cold air coming up into the intake, keeps the engine heat away. Nice design, good on a budget. You know, I'm self-funded, so anytime I need a part for my car, not sponsored, so I buy it myself. So I do the research, find out which part works best for my car, which one I like best, and KS Tech had a nice setup, so I like that one. All right, now we're gonna take off my bypass valve hose. A little clamp here holding that on. There we go. We'll take off the one on the turbo inlet as well, or right on the turbo, which is where the rip is. There we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna loosen my power steering pump just to give myself a little extra room around this hose. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it'll just make the job go a little easier. I mean, only like 3 bolts and the quick little belt loosening. All right, just to get a little ease of access, I'm going to take off the alternator. It comes off super easy, just a few minutes, a couple of bolts, and that way I think I'll have a little easier access getting the inlet in there, because I mean it's right there. And out she comes. A little cautionary tale for all you people who want to do this by yourself. This little guy, this little purge solenoid, you want to be very careful because this bad boy will break super duper easy, and it's like 180 bucks or something ridiculous like that. So you can make one little mistake, pink, break that plastic, you're done. And you also want to avoid busting this little vacuum diaphragm thingy as well, because that's not cheap either. This thing sucks, and it was really expensive. So don't break this when you're messing with your turbo inlet. Keep all your lines intact. I'll put you off to the side. and not break you. All right, got it. All right, clamp. All right, should we give it an attempt? See if we can do it without doing the power steering pump, because it does seem like there's a fair amount of room. Might just come right out. Bend this under there. That's the hard part that I was thinking of. Okay. Here she comes. Kind of. Oh boy. All right, you gotta have good finger strength if you're gonna attempt one of these without taking out the power steering pump. Oh, wow, look at that, there you go. Here she comes. Kind of. Got it, nice. Here's my rip. I think it was sliding off as well. But yeah, this is the disadvantage of silicone piping, is as you take them on and off and on and off several times over, it tends to weaken the silicone, and it causes ginormous tears in it. But if you've one and done it, stick it on there and never mess with it again, they'll last forever. I mean, they're oil resistant, heat resistant, you name it. You know, there's lots of advantages to going silicone, and this has been a good one. It's more my fault for taking it in and off so many times, you know, building the motor, doing different modifications. All right, here's a side-by-side comparison of the two pipes, and they have a couple of minor differences. On the bypass valve, this was kind of molded in, or just silicone, and this is a nice little metal piece that's been formed in there. So that actually makes installation a little bit easier. General shape is exactly the same. They have the inlet ports. They're a little bigger on the Perrin versions, but they do come with all the new fittings, so that shouldn't be a problem getting that taken care of. All right, I wanted to get some of the plasticky clips out, and it looks like we have some instructions. I've had this car together and apart so many times I don't look at instructions anymore. I like instructions with pictures. I'm kind of a visual guy. I like that. Limited warranty, and the most important part, some stickers. These are worth tons of power. All right, well, let's find out which of these bad boys work best for me. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I did like about the Gimmick Motorsports Inlet is it came with these sweet little aluminum vacuum line connectors, and the Perrin comes with plastic ones, and which are fine. They hold vacuum, they do their job. I'm going to talk about a couple advantages I have in changing the turbo inlet as compared to somebody who has this engine completely stock. So first off, my fuel rails in the stock car, they jump in right here and they go underneath and they attach underneath and they're right there, you know, and they're going to be in your way. And then also right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I also have the Phenolic Spacers designed to keep block heat off the intake manifold, and that raises the intake manifold ever so slightly, so every little bit helps. And I've also deleted my TGV valves, so I no longer have a motor sitting right there. That's just gonna be in the way. Here we go. I needed to cap this one off because that's the modifications I've done to my car. If you need to use this for whatever it used to be used for, I honestly can't remember, go ahead and reuse it, put it, you know, follow the instructions and do your thing, but here we go. Let's try to get this thing in here. This sucks. No, I'm kidding. You gotta watch out for a couple of things. There's like sharp edges on the intake manifold. You don't want to cut these things because silicone will cut much easier. Okay, come here, buddy. Let's get in there. Okay, wiring harness. Move out of the way. There we go. Okay, we're getting close to the turbo. While I'm here, I forgot to do this when I took the other one out. I'm gonna check my turbo shaft play. Brand new turbo, only has like 5,000 miles on it. Yeah, it feels brand new still. That's nice. Now, I will say this, the hardest part about getting it on there is that tight little bend it has to make it that last second to get over the turbo inlet. So it may take a little extra finagling to get that on there. All right, let me just get my hook. And oh, there we go. Got it over the lip. That was the hard part. All right, now let's force it on. Oh, there we go. Nice, turn it a little bit. Make sure we're in there. All right, fully seated on the turbo. All the way around even. That's nice. Perrin was nice enough to do a new clamp. I prefer T-bolt clamps, but this will do the job just fine. I decided, actually, I tried to put this on beforehand, and it was just fighting me. It was making it too stiff to get over. And now that it's on, man, I'm not sure. If you can get the turbo inlet on with this already on, you're better than me. So either way, the beauty of worm clamps is you can totally take them apart, put them together, screw them on, no big deal. All right, ooh, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, definitely do it that way from the get-go. Turbo inlet is in. Now let's put all the parts back together the way they were before. And I'm gonna start with this purge valve that luckily enough I did not break. So, start with that and we'll get it all together. A lot of band clamps holding this thing in place. Alright, now it's air filter time. Get that. Alright, there's the whole intake. All vacuum lines are accounted for. Let's see here. That's just the alternator, and off we go. All right, job done. Hopefully she won't hopefully she won't catastrophically explode. Oh, except the negative battery cable. Hold on. Not gonna get very far without that on there, so. No check engine lights or anything like that, so we're good there. Let her warm up, take her for a spin. Let's go. There should be no difference in performance, but what we should have is a correction of a failure. So the car should actually run normal now. Ooh, yeah, okay. Quarter throttle, felt pretty good. We'll be doing A-okay. Alright. It's working pretty good so far. Give her some full throttle, she's fully warmed up. Woo! Oh yeah, we're back. That was awesome. Alright, that's why you have cars like this, right? You don't want to drive it like a grandma everywhere you go. We'll see first gear, you ready? Oh, I love this car. I had a failure and of a part, you know, and I think it was more me taking it on and off than the actual failure of the part itself. And anyways, I was able to replace it, and now the car's back in action. Now we can do some more races, have some more fun, maybe do an overview. So we are good to go. All right, should we see what she does? So let's hear. What are we at? 25 miles an hour in second gear. All right, you ready? Woohoo! All right, let's go get some lunch, man. I'm hungry.